What's up, y'all, man? This is gonna be my first time reacting to a casual geographic video. I know of him, man. Come on now, I be in the TikTok space. I know who Casual Geographic is. I actually learned a lot of shit from this nigga, but I have not seen one of his YouTube videos, man. So I'm really excited to watch this one that's titled "One Mistake Cost This Pelican Everything." So man, I'm really excited, bro. So hey, let's go ahead and get right into reaction. But first, I'm gonna need y'all to destroy, dismantle, and obliterate that motherfucking like buttons, bro. Let's subscribe to the motherfucking channel, man. Road to 1K as per usual. That's all I gotta say. Without further stalling, let's go ahead and get straight to town business and get right into the reaction.
This video contains gore. If you're sensitive,
my nigga. Hey, teach me a thing or two. Hey, I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn.
This specific animal does not play around. So we know that pelicans are big bird with a vor fetish that'll attempt to swallow anything that isn't nailed down. Well, this
I know a couple people that's like that too. You feed.
Pelican tried an animal that it thought was a fish, only for that animal to do this. I'm gonna give y'all time to comment. Just what animal do you
Bro,
think
that looks like
this?
a painting.
Got your guesses in? It was actually a turtle.
That pelican got
managed to
violent.
clamp its jaws on a pelican and tear its beak pouch completely. Now, for context, some turtles allegedly have jaws strong enough.
Nigga, wait.
Which also means.
Fuck, I hate when it's connected to the volume, bro. Hold on, let me look at this turtle. Hold on.
Now, for context,
hold on.
I got your guesses in. It was.
This nigga really tried to eat this. This huge ass turtle.
Actually a turtle.
What the
turtle managed
hell?
to clamp its jaws on a pelican and tear its beak pouch completely. Now, for context, some turtles allegedly have jaws strong enough to bite through a broomstick, which also means they can probably leave you with less fingers than you were born with. Now, I can't really say for sure what kind of turtle did this, but since this happened in Barapur, India, my best guess is that it was a giant soft shell. I only say that because soft shells are known for being hyper aggressive, trigger happy, and just overall phalluses. But if you watch Gumball, you already knew that.
Shout out Gumball.
Lie to you, he definitely starved to death. Moral of this video:
this nigga can't eat anymore, bro.
You ever go to a pool party and there's that one person that refuses to get in, so some comedian decides to throw them in the water, and instead of making a scene, they just make that awkward, low-key heated walk back to their chair. That's what this reminds me of. Anyway, that is a king penguin chicken.
Facts, bro. And don't have your phone in your pocket too when they throw you off, bro.
That fluffy brown coat helps keep them warm, but it's not waterproof. So while both his parents go grocery shopping in the sea, the king penguin chick stays behind and lives off the fat it's stored from having to involve parents in its life. So chunky by design. Gets to the point where the chicks can end up outweighing their own parents.
Yeah, happy feet.
Plus, being an absolute unit protects the unaccompanied minors from threats like skuas, petrels, and sheathbills. 3 birds that could have kept Happy Feet from a sequel. After about a year, the chicks go from walking brown balls of fluff to their waterproof, more dynamic adult
big
versions.
Body.
This gremlin's just what an awkward teen face looks like. It's literally its ugly duckling art, but with a dash of Danny DeVito. Now that you know he's basically a teenager, rewatch that video and suddenly his attitude makes a lot of sense. You know ants are like low-key psychopaths? There's a species of ant that will enslave other ants to get free labor out of them.
What is he doing?
Like me. Ants like Protomagnathus americanus will invade the...
Hey, have y'all ever got bit by an ant before, bro? I got bitten by one when I was eating some Cool Ranch Doritos, bro. So every time I eat some Cool Ranch Doritos,
nests of weaker ants
I always remember that ant bite, bro. I get non-flashbacks.
Putting the ant queen on a shirt. Then they break into the nursery, kidnap as many larvae as possible, and take them all back to their own colony. You see where this is going, right? When the snatched up minors become of age, they become slaves to the host colony and the parasite queen. These slave ants get finessed into working for the colony that stole them and possibly erase their entire family. Some slave ants will care for and protect the colony larvae, even though they're a whole different species. And some of these ants will even join their kidnappers on raids of other nests. And because the ants were technically born there, they have no way of knowing that their entire existence is a lie.
Bro, no, that's crazy.
Because some of these slave ants do turn on their masters, and they rebel by obliterating as many of the colony's eggs as physically possible. Yeah, they Django that shit. In some cases, the abducted ants knock off more than half the host colony's eggs. It's like if instead of Candyland, Jamie Foxx TNT to daycare. Yeah, being an ant is way more dramatic than you think. It's like Game of Thrones, but with less dragons and more dirt and probably better writing. And if you ever wanted to know just how ants live, the Ants Underground Kingdom is the world's first ant colony strategy mobile game. You can hatch and breed different classes of ants and build your own ant empire along with...
Nigga, you just transitioned to an ad?
This might be the one time I can say it's not as bad as you think.
What
that
the
is a
fuck?
baby Andean condor. It's basically a venti-sized vulture. But the largest
bro, imagine you just strolling, bro, taking your nightly or morning jogs, bro, and you just see this shit creeping up at you.
This might be the one time I can say it's not as
like a creeping at night. I do anything for some pussy.
This might be the one time I can say it's not as bad as you think. That is a baby Andy.
Nigga, I am throwing
It's basically
hands.
a venti-sized vulture. They're the largest birds of prey, but they eat mostly animals that have already
Turkey
expired,
looking ass.
which makes the fact that they can have a wingspan of nearly 11 feet way easier on my mental. Also, they have one of the longest lifespans of any bird, with some surviving up to 70 trips around the sun. And because they have a huge wingspan and fly over heat thermals, this Jurassic Park understudy can spend
How much is 70 trips around the sun?
Once. And if they didn't have the same meal plan as a
Excuse me, y'all.
Excuse me, y'all.
Excuse me, y'all.
Especially since they have a pretty good reason to want beef with us, since we destroyed most of their habitat and nearly poisoned their entire population into a pack. So to help this dinosaur from becoming a history lesson, people would raise condor chicks and help get them ready for the wild. And to keep them from becoming too attached to humans, handlers would feed them using hand puppets that look just like their parents. And even though we nearly knocked them off the census today, they're vulnerable but no longer endangered. If you still think this is scary, it's because I didn't show you the end of the video.
Oh, okay. Oh,
see, the thing is, there's a reason he did that, and it is 100% our fault. So baboons live in
she was drinking some Prime, huh? She had some red Prime on her table. That's why, huh?
In baboon society, it's the highest-ranking baboons that get to eat first, which is why the lower ranks often get pocket-checked by the bigger, meaner, dominant ranks. Now, the problem with that is because of the way baboon society works, any automatically seen as really low.
That's a funny picture.
If you mess around and feed a bunch of them, you're basically seen as the dirt under their social ladder. So after being fed by
bro, for the people that's gone to like Africa, I don't know if it's for like any other place in South America, Europe, Asia, whatever, but in Africa, when I go there, these niggas are everywhere, bro. They're everywhere. You cannot avoid these niggas. These niggas just casually roaming the streets and everything. It's crazy.
Humans so frequently, some baboons will see all humans as low ranks and expect people to feed them off principle.
Low rank?
Do because y'all don't listen. Like,
they ain't gonna do that shit to me though, nigga. I carry myself like a boss, nigga.
Baboons now see humans as low-ranking monkeys. If you don't hand whatever food you have over, they can and probably will square up with you. And those are problems neither you or your health insurance want any parts of. Nigga
acting like I'm pussy or some shit. Like I'm supposed to bow down to these whack ass monkeys. Nigga, I will beat they motherfucking.
Research has shown that kangaroos are smart enough to try and communicate with people to get them to do them a favor. Basically, there was an experiment where a kangaroo was given a clear plastic container that it could see had food inside. After the kangaroos would try and fail to open the box, they would then go to the human that put it there and kind of just nudge at them and even scratch them lightly. Kind of like a toddler trying to get his mom's attention. Also, they would do this while making eye contact with the human and also looking down at the container, kind of like, ain't gonna open itself. And the kangaroos wouldn't stop doing it until the person eventually opened the box for them. It might not seem like much, but we used to think this would only happen.
I think that's a little too much, touching the thigh, touching that, rubbing the thigh, scratching the thigh a little bit. I don't know, making eye contact too. Kangaroo trying to get active. That kangaroo want that jar open at all costs. Do whatever.
Mystery green forest snake floating in a swamp in Thailand.
That's a baby Grinch, bro. That's baby Grinch. Kill that shit before it gets older and start ruining Christmases.
I download a Chinese clock app for fun, and then something out of the Grinch's sex drawer goes viral. Now it's my job to talk
the
about
Grinch's sex drawer, or that.
Anyway, that's a water snake, specifically a puff-faced water snake. It's found in Southeast Asia, including Thailand, where that video was taken. Now, they're mildly venomous, and they use it to catch prey, which means they're ambush hunters that'll wait for fish like guppies or catfish, just to catch them slipping. And as ambush hunters, that means they can be posted up in the same spot for hours. It's kind of like snapping turtles.
What
and
the
fact
fuck?
That some snakes can hold their breath for the length
they got a whole pile of, a whole layer.
It's the same reason sloths end up becoming a welcome mat for moths, because they move just about as much as one. Also, I know I said venomous, but not really enough to be a threat to your way of life. So
for sure, but there ain't nothing out there that's gonna be a threat to my life, nigga, because I'm just built different. What the fuck is that? What is
y'all
that?
made me feel like a fraud for 30 seconds.
What
I
is
legitimately thought this might have been real and just managed to never see it before in my life. Come to realize this is the equivalent of amputating a person, giving them gorilla arms, and then hitting them with a shovel. Either that Krabs or Mrs. Puff took their relationship to a very f***ed up level. But I will say this.
No.
This might not be real, but this is a fish called a sea robin. They're bottom feeders that evolved 6 crab-like legs that they use to walk across the seafloor as they look for food hundreds of feet down in the crotch of the ocean. Not only that, but those legs
I can relate to, sometimes I'm referred to as a bottom feeder too.
Produced by the animals they like to eat. Basically, imagine having an extra leg with a built-in food GPS. Also, they apparently croak like frogs when they're out of the water. Imagine being the first person to ever see this. Nobody believe you and you'd probably get checked into rehab.
Is that a rat duck? What the hell is...
God done dropped some DLC and this time it's a shiny. This is actually an albino.
That's what I'm saying. That's so...
It's either a travel-sized beaver or an economy-sized rat because it's stuck in the weight class between those two. It can weigh nearly 20 pounds, they're usually found in or near water, and they're one of the most destructive forces in nature because they can single-handedly destroy a wetland just by being themselves. And since female newters can get pregnant literally the day after they add more names to the roster, birth control is just a myth to them. They're considered an invasive species in North America, Asia,
Thank God it's not a myth for us, bro.
Anywhere outside of South America, they're considered.
I'll definitely have some kids in places I don't even know about.
Because they were introduced there by fur farmers. Basically, we brought them here. They started doing too well, and now we're mad that they're here. Ain't that a bit? Stop what you're doing. I need y'all to hear about this thing I just learned about. This is a macaque. You gotta be real careful.
Macaque.
Macaques are endangered, with only about 8,000 of them left.
Macaque.
Which is why it's important for zoos to get them to multiply without a calculator as much as they can. Which is also why
that was lame as hell. They get multiply without a calculator.
An effort to get the monkeys in the mood to, you know. Okay, it wasn't actually him. It was just a very committed impersonator. An impersonator that sang "Let's Get It On" to a park of endangered monkeys to get them to fornicate each other.
No.
That is a sentence. I just said it, and it's completely factual.
No.
Now we won't know for sure if it.
Yo, just imagine, bro. Niggas brought out Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, like whoever, freaking Nicki R&B singer you wanna bring out. Like, he comes out. Alright, so who am I performing to? Oh, just these monkeys right here. Just a small group of monkeys. I'm trying to get them to fucking breed. So I would just need you to go crazy, my nigga. Like, bro.
It actually worked until
that's wild, man.
That's when macaques tend to give.
That's how you know you fell off, nigga. When niggas don't even want to see you, bro. They just calling you up just so you can breed monkeys.
To get the Oreo bears to touch each other will never not be number one.
Wow, that's a crazy ending. Panda jerking himself off to some panda porn. That's kind of crazy. Alright, y'all, man. That's my reaction to Casual Geographic, bro. Phenomenal video, man. I learned a few things, man. I learned a few things, man. I met my quota of learning something new every day, man. So I mean, I can't even get mad. If you came this far, I appreciate it greatly, man. It's been your boy Shin Reacts, man, and I'm signing out. Deuces.